Okay, welcome to this week's Mind to Tell writing tip. Our purpose here is to guide you to your own strength as a writer and a creative, one small writing exercise at a time. And today we are talking about a way to make your story uniquely your own. And because these past weeks we've been talking about specifically language and stories about the body, we're going to talk about how to kind of take back language and stories through language.
Mhm. I was able to live in Brazil in my early 20s for a while, and everything was fine. I was great until I ran into a real physical problem that I had some really severe pain in my lower back on the left side that just shot down my leg, and it was just kind of incapacitating. And I spoke Portuguese. I had learned Portuguese over several months, but I didn't have any language for this particular issue. And my little pocket dictionary was not a lot of help. And at that time, like, the internet was not as much of a thing as it is now. And so it wasn't a thing where I could readily get the words that I needed in order to get this problem taken care of. And I went to one doctor who was really not helpful. And I don't know, like, through a series of kind of frustrating events, I ended up seeing a doctor who just sat with me and taught me words.
Mm.
I could have guessed what the word was. Like, I was having sciatic pain, and the word for that in Portuguese is sciatica. Like, I could have tried to leap there and guess because there are a couple of cognates, but I remember feeling so capable of solving my problem once this doctor had just kind of teased through the words with me. And it was amazing to me that I didn't need a shot, I didn't need a pill, I didn't there were all of these things that I could have been given, but what I really needed was language. I needed the words to be able to say, this is what is happening in my experience. And then once I had that, then I was able to get the proper treatment. I was able to get physical therapy. But it wasn't until I had the words to tell the story about what was happening to my body that I could get the help that I needed. And then I could feel better about what was happening because it was really distressing.
Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you. So for this week's exercise, we're going to do kind of the opposite of what we did last week. Last week, we removed a word from our story and vocabulary that was not serving us. And this week is a fun thing because we get to add them in. So for the exercise that we are giving today, we just want you to list, take maybe 2 minutes and list words that you want to claim in this story about your body. You can list several words. Like for mine, I think of the word strong, or I think of the word, I don't know, like joyful or confident. So just go through and list a bunch of those words, and then you can do this in 5 minutes. So take 2 minutes doing that, and then for 3 minutes, just choose one of those words and write about it, and write about why that is maybe a word that you would like to claim back for your own in terms of telling the story about your body. And even you can say how you think you might get there. But like Kathy said, I think there's so much power to just owning the word and claiming it as one that you can take as your own.
Mm-hmm. Then we'll leave you with this week's quote from Nancy Meyers, who has written just some beautiful, amazing things about her body and about just writing about that experience. She said, "So I think women must go on simply and without apology, saying aloud what it is like to be who they are." So take a moment to do that, to say what it's like to be who you are. Keep writing, because your story is yourself, including the story about your body.
We'll see you next week.